Hold up, wait a minute. Your little TV or movie or video game got my song in it. And so I think that means I hear money. But who cleared this? Look, this episode we finna talk unauthorized use, or is it a miscommunication? Okay, let's go.
You talk money, I can hear you. I hear money.
What you say now?
When you talk money, I can hear you. You ain't got money, that's cold blood. When you talk money, I can hear you. I hear money.
I coulda let a bill collect the finance director, like the banks ain't lending out doubt. When you ain't got money, then you start sounding funny, and I just can't hit on my.
Hey, Bubble on deck. I'm your host, Tamara Bubble, aka the I Hear Money Coach, aka your favorite sing superstar. Yeah. Look, welcome back. Look, welcome back to Gems on a Thursday. Look, welcome back to Gems for no reason. Look, welcome back to subscribey time. I'm trying to tell you right now, we're a little late today. I had a whole lot to do today. Anyway, good news coming. But in the meantime and in between time, I need to let you know that it's subscribey time. That's right. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, that's okay. Look, real quick, what I need you to do for me. Leave me that 5-star review like you know what the hell. And then come back over here to this YouTube. Look, hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification. Hit the bell. Drop a comment. Look, this is a smart podcast. While this podcast ticking, these are things that you could do. Look, share, comment, all that good stuff. Look, share this episode with somebody that got a placement and don't know how to collect the money they hear. Look, I'm talking about unauthorized uses this episode. Potentially. Look, allegedly. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead and share this episode if it's helpful. Look, if it's too many gems and you don't deserve it, just drop a comment and let me know. One of these days, I am really going to go live. You can still keep commenting. Next time, Bubble, go live. Eventually, I will. Look, I'm waiting for a special moment. Anyway. Right after subscribing time, we're going to hit up and tell you why this podcast was created. I got to tell you there was 4 goals in mind, and I was thinking about you the whole entire time. Yeah. The goal number 1 of this podcast is to save you money in your sync business. You need to have a sync business in order to save money in it. Look, if you don't have no business, that's okay. Look. Sync Superstar Academy got this thing called Start Your Sync Biz Now. You got to say you got to exaggerate the now, because it ain't regular like start your sync biz now. That ain't no urgency. It's start your sync biz now. And I'm trying to tell you it's available at that Sync Superstar Academy. Okay. Let's go. Number 1, we doing tax savings. We doing strategy. We doing tax planning, all up in the sync world. Look, I want you to make money in music and then hold on to it. So look, can we travel on over to goal number 2? Goal number 2 is to make you more money. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Make you more money in music licensing. I'm trying to tell you, look, there's a 24-hour Sync Superstar activation that's going to transform your mindset and activate your superstar in 30 days or less. We're going to talk about the sponsor in a little bit. Goal number 3 is to transform your mindset. We talked about it. Look, and goal number 4, when you saving money in your sync biz, when you making more money in music licensing, and when your mind is right, I'm trying to tell you, goal number 4 is to activate your superstar. That's the goal. That's why we out here. That's why we in these sync streets. Look, podcasting wherever podcasters be podcasting. Anyway, could we talk about the sponsor? I got to introduce you to the sponsor. I gave you a little quick preview of that 24-hour Sync Superstar Challenge, but I need you to know that every single episode, this sponsor out here with resources and gems to make sure you out here superstarring in sync. I'm trying to tell you. The sponsor is the Sync Superstar Academy. Visit syncsuperstar.com and you can get a whole lot more resources. I'm talking books. I'm talking courses. I'm talking superstarring. That's all we talking. Look, I'm trying to tell you, there's templates, there's things that, don't nobody else offer this stuff because they don't have a full spectrum of sync and what you need to do to superstar in it. Okay. Could we talk about this disclaimer and then we get up in that episode? Yeah, because look, I know you hear money. If they don't use your music, you hear money. We're going to talk about it anyway. I got to disclaim and I got to let you know that regardless of whether I give you, look, these are my personal opinions. So it don't matter whether it's business advice, whether it's tax advice, whether it's legal advice. Look, any one of the three. I'm trying to tell you, this podcast is edutainment. This podcast is full of my personal opinions. Look, I am not your lawyer. I am not your CPA. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to let you know that you need to hire professionals to implement some of the ideas that I give, the little strategy, the little gem that I drop. I might drop it. And if you don't understand how to implement it, I need you to go seek professional help. I'm trying to let you know this stuff is legit. But look, you ain't gonna sue me about it if you misuse the information. Could we just hear some good information and go prosper and be great? That's all I want. All I want to see is more Sync superstars. Bubble on deck.
When you talk money, I can hear you. I hear money.
What you say now? Hey. You ain't got money, then you start sounding funny, and I just can't hit on my. I keep it moving like a tax collector, let the credit checker, let the whole world pay full price. And if you ain't got money, then you start sounding funny, and I just can't shake that right.
Okay, now we love this episode. We finna talk what in the mystery sink. I'm trying to tell you this episode is kind of greasy, cause like, ew, you mean to tell me somebody? Look, I'm out here pitching my music, trying to superstar. Somebody done took my song and used it and didn't get my permission. Look, didn't get nobody permission. Just went it, look, like it was their song. Look, you gonna see this lip, the whole, look, just give them like, what? Give them that lip this episode. Cause like, what in the mystery sink? But we finna talk about why there's a mystery placement. Why, look, let's just get into it. I ain't got to preface it. We up in this episode. We up in this thing. Okay, now look. Here's the thing I want to tell you. The reason why you might have a mystery sink, just on the up and up. Look, so every time that you get a placement, if you were not aware of it, I'm trying to tell you, everybody's intention or usage isn't malice. Can we say that up front? Look, everybody ain't trying to run game on you. Look, not every time. I'm trying to tell you, music buyers are not using their budgets. They're using the production's budget. They're using the ad agency's budget. They're using the client's money. I'm trying to tell you, sometimes they may have used your music because they just simply overlooked it. Look, it slipped through the sync cracks. I'm trying to tell you, every usage is not when you find out who did this, because we're going to talk about later how to find out who did this and all that. When you find out who did this don't mean go and look, you ain't killing sync monsters. I'm trying to tell you, they might have just was clearing 1 million songs and they forgot the paperwork on this one. They was fully intended to license it. And somehow it slipped through the cracks and they put it on air. But the good news about that, if that is the case, yeah. Look, the good news about that is you finna get paid. Look, you already hear the money. I done told you, I was watching TV one night and just heard money. I had to reach out and let them know, look, I heard money. Now, can you go ahead and send it to me? Yeah. Look. It's a bonus when they do that, because look, I done told you, you need to go back. If you have not watched every episode, I'm trying to tell you to go to the beginning, start with episode 1 and work your way up chronologically. Look, if you just got here on this episode, that's fine. Finish the episode out and then start at number 1, because you're going to miss some things. But what I want to tell you is that if somebody used your music without your permission, look, they done did the use. Yeah. Because look, honestly, this is copyright infringement. If this is the case. So I got to describe it first. Okay. If it's the case, they done did the use and you didn't discuss the price. Remember I told you when you licensing on your own terms. Look, go back to that episode. We're not going to talk about that again. Go ahead and grab a 2, grab a 7. Look, pick a number out the sky. I'm trying to tell you, don't get too crazy though. Okay. Because look, there are ranges of things and things that are normal. Look, you just got to look at how they used it and come up with a fair and appropriate number. Look, just go ahead and hear that money. Yeah, that's if they use it without your permission. Now, if you just was watching TV, you heard this placement going, I'm trying to tell you, sometimes they actually might have just forgot the license. That's okay. Go ahead and reach out and let them know. Look, I heard my song. Yeah. Now, can you send me my money? Now, there's a whole lot of other things you need to do before you reaching out. Yeah. When you first hear a song on TV that is, look, either you partially own it or fully own it, I need you to know, especially if you partially own this thing. There's a lot of parties that could have been involved and be the reason that you're hearing this mystery sing. So before you start running up the music buyers, give me my money. I heard my song. Like before you, look, don't come up in their ear with that high pitch. Look, could you back up a bit? Could you start reaching out to the people you know first? Yeah. Don't be hitting up no strangers talking about you use my song without my permission. Give me my money. Because you're going to look ridiculous. When they reply with the email and tell you such and such already licensed this. I got clearance. I got approval. Okay. Take a step back or two. Now, could you come back to reality? Okay. Because look. Sometimes very little are you going to see cases where somebody just out here ripping you off, using your music without your permission. So now before you go and bite somebody's head off, look, don't bite no music by your head off. I'm trying to tell you, if you want repeat business, you're going to have to be professional about this. Okay? Ew. Now, first thing you want to do is check with your collaborators. Look, first of all, did you sign a one-stop agreement with somebody where another party other than yourself has the authorization to clear 100% of the record? Yeah, because it could be a case of they had the music buyers had permission to use your music. You need to go talk to your collaborators and see what they agreed to and didn't tell you about. Yeah. Now, if you reach out to all your collaborators and they say, girl, no, boy, no, sir, no, sir, no, ma'am, I did not authorize it either. So now everybody looking around, look, you done gathered all the music owners. You done gathered all the master owners, all the publishers, all the songwriters, and they all talking like, no, I didn't authorize it either. How did you find this? Thank you, Jesus. Because look, everybody get excited when they see that, look, did they clear our music without our permission? So, okay, now, if you don't have a one stop or if you own 100% of the song, it ain't nobody to ask. Okay, you the publisher, you own 100% of the master and the publishing, then it ain't no collaborator to check with. Okay, so now this who you check with. If none of the creators cleared the record one stop and didn't inform you, which that's kind of grimy, could you let them know next time? Could we communicate? If you get a placement, let me know. So I'm not yelling at no music buyers. Anyway, if it wasn't a music owner, okay, that cleared this record, could you check with your sync agent or agents? Yeah. Look, a lot of y'all be out here licensing your song to Tom, Dick, and Harry. Look, you got the song in with 400 agencies. You don't know who cleared it. Okay, and that's on you. I done told y'all to stop pimping your songs out. And another thing I told you could have did, look. If you out here moving, look, real sloppy like, and you got several agencies, like 40, 50 agencies repping one song, okay, and you hear it on TV, of course you don't know who did it. They don't know who cleared it either. They probably was fighting with each other trying to figure out who cleared this and who get the credit. Ew. Anyway, if you got your song with a bunch of agents, I done told you Sync Superstar Academy has a little quick resource. Look, Sync Agency Representation Tracking Template. So that you can log which song was signed with which agent, when they canceled it. Because one thing about it, and this is why I say you got to watch all the previous episodes, they might have terminated the agreement with you. Look, and the placement came in after the fact. And I done told you, I'm not going to retell you. Go back and watch some episodes. I'm trying to tell you, they might be able to clear this music that they pitched during the term. Okay. Now, why they didn't inform you, I don't know. Maybe they just don't like you and they just want to make you guess a little. See if you recognize it. I don't know how they living and I don't know if they live in file. One or two things happen if your agent cleared it. Look, if you was tracking it, you would know. Let me reach out to this agent. Oh, they said no. Let me reach out to this. They said no. Let me reach out to this agent. They said no. Look, you might have signed your song with a library. Ew. Okay, you know how I feel about libraries. I'm finna do an episode on this. But anyway, If your song is with a library, you probably you might not didn't even see this placement on TV. You might just be hearing about this placement on your PRO statement, on your royalty statement. So you know it aired on TV, but you don't have a clue who placed it. Look, is this song with 5,000 libraries? How we supposed to know who cleared this? I done told you libraries is ill. Okay. And look, that's why you didn't know up front. Because look, I'm going to do another episode about that. We're not going to talk about that right now. But I'm trying to tell you now, libraries ain't going to let you know with their raggedy self. Look. Not every library is raggedy. I cover this in the fundamentals of sync. If you check out that masterclass, you will know which library raggedy, which library to deal with, and why I think libraries are the devil. Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that right now. Could you keep better records of who got your song? Could you look at some of these agreements you signed and see if they still got the right to keep on pitching it, even though you terminated the agreement? Look, I don't know what y'all be signing. I'm trying to tell you, you might have signed a deal with the devil, and they got the rights to keep on pitching it. Look, and they didn't because they shady. They didn't even tell you about it. Now, could you go yell at them first, okay? Or figure out if they had the rights to do it? Could you not yell at people? You hear money. Why wouldn't you get excited? All you got to do now is research who hold it, your money. Yeah. Because as soon as you find out, you finna get it. You finna come up on it. Yeah. Anyway. Let's say you check with all your collaborators. Nope, I ain't got it. You check with all the thousands of sync agents you have pitching that song. And nope, I didn't pitch it. Nope, it wasn't my placement. Nope, I didn't clear it. So now it's looking like, yo, they might have used my song. These music buyers might have used my song without my permission. Okay, so here's what you do. You got to reach out to the music buyers. Look, if you take the 24-hour Sync Superstar Activation Challenge, I show you. I'm not kidding. When I tell you, I'm going to teach you every single thing I know. I know how to find any music buyer I want. Look, I'm trying to tell you, it's secret sauce out here in these sync streets. Anyway, I'm not going to share that on this podcast because, some people don't know how to use information. And that's actually why I put this type of information in the Sync Superstar Activation Challenge, because I need to show you how to use the information before I just give you the tools and things, because some people abuse information. Some people just just be out here harassing music buyers. Just be out here moving real greasy, just like spam, just on hypo drive. You're not finna be out here spamming people and calling yourself a superstar. You're not finna say I taught you to do that. So I kind of revealed that information. Look. If you take the 24-hour Sync Superstar Challenge, you will know what I know in 30 days or less. That's all I'm going to say about that. But what I will say on this podcast is that it's fine to reach out to a music buyer. Once you've checked all the other channels and nobody didn't randomly pitch your song, okay, then you reach out to the music buyer. Get real nice, because they're holding your money. Look, if they didn't clear the song, they holding your money. So get excited about that. Look, you should be reaching out politely. I'm just gonna say in the subject line though, because you do want them to open the email. So this is a thing too, because if you don't know who the music buyer is, which you should be able to see that, especially if it aired on TV, could you go watch the credits run up and see who was the music supervisor? Because I'm trying to tell you, they was hired to clear the music. So if your song wasn't cleared, or you don't know how this song was, if this song was approved, or if they went through the proper channels, could you watch the episode? Could you watch the credits? Could you look up the credits for ads, for commercials? I think you could go on iSpot TV and look at who directed stuff, who did. Go look for some names of something. I'm trying to tell you something you could do. Sync Gym right here on this podcast. I think it's iSpot.tv. If it's a commercial, try to look for the commercial on YouTube. Try to find it on social media if it wasn't a TV commercial. Depends on the media that they use. If you heard the placement, then you know it was already aired. If you see it in your PRO statement, you probably gonna have to do a little bit of work, because I'm trying to tell you, they ain't gonna give you detail. They got so much numbers and figures rolling around in them statements. They just trying to show you what royalties you collect. Now, so you can reach out to the music buyer, or if you can't find a music buyer, could you try to find the legal department? Yeah, look, of whether it's the ad agency or the brand or the client, especially if it's a commercial. Could you reach out to somebody with the legal department? Now, I done told you I don't give contact information. I don't share contact information of people, period. But I do know how to show you where to find it if you take that challenge. But anyway, just on this podcast, if you could reach out to either the music buyer, if it's just a music supervisor, or if it's an ad agency or something, reach out to their legal department. Use a subject line like unauthorized use of, put the name of your song and put what commercial it was in. Unauthorized use of My Chicky Boom Boom in Chex cereal. Okay, look, just put the subject line so they know, like, oh, especially if it's the legal department, they finna open that email because the lawsuits. Look, I get paid to make sure that we don't owe nobody no money. So they finna open that email and get to reaching out to people and say, who did this? Send them a link, especially if it's like a commercial with a YouTube video. Could you send them a link of where you saw it? If you saw it on TV, could you tell them what episode it was in? Yeah. If it was on a TV show or something, let them know where you saw this usage of your music. And could you tell them, I wasn't aware of this license. I have not been informed about it. Can you send me either the license agreement you could ask for? And then on there, you'll see who signed as the licensor, who granted approval of this usage. Okay. Yeah. Look, or can you ask them for like proof of authorization, proof of clearance? So if it's not the license agreement, do they have an email or something like, how was this clear? Because you just want to confirm that it wasn't an unauthorized use. And if it was used and wasn't clear, you just like to go ahead and do the admin. You like to do the paperwork and clear it and get your money. Because look, we ain't out here hearing money that we're not receiving. Ew. It's one thing for somebody to license your music and pay you late. It's another thing to be using my song and not pay at all. Okay, so if you hearing your music somewhere or seeing music used on a royalty statement, look, could you do me a favor? Go back and communicate with the people you know first. Okay, look, reach out to them co-owners, reach out to them collaborators. See who been pitching that song. Look, see, depending on the usage, see who would have been the one that's pitching that. If you have a co-writer that know somebody that works at, I don't know, at some ad agency or works with this Google brand, and then you see your song in a Google commercial, well, you know, was you the one that pitched this? Look, is you trying to hold out on the money? Like, what? Look, give me all the details because I hear money and now I want to see it. Okay, so that's what you do. Reach out to collaborators first, then reach out to your agents. Look, and if nobody don't know nothing about this placement, could you dig in the back of your brain and see, was you back 5 years ago when you was like in maybe desperate or thirsty mode, just giving this song to anybody to pitch? Could it be with a library? Could it be, look, where's Waldo? Could it be with some of anybody? That's all I'm saying. And you just don't remember that they was authorized to clear it. And now you looking around because you learned about sync, like, where my money at? But you was giving your song out to anybody. And I'm trying to tell you, they came to collect them little pennies. So you need to figure out first who you need to talk to. Look, talk to the people you know first. Look, then talk to your agents. And if that ain't the case, then try to research and find who's responsible for this placement and reach out to their company. Last resort, if you can't reach the music buyer, reach out to the legal department. Yeah, tell them about this money you hear and just make sure. Look, I just want to make sure it was authorized. If not, I would like to go ahead and clear this music that you already using. So I'm finna pick what prices I want. Yeah, bubble on deck.
Look, if you're broke, don't talk to me. I said if you're broke, you can't talk to me. Hey,
I only hear money, babe.
When you talk money, I